Alright, so as you guys might have noticed in some of my live streams, I have a new keyboard. And the main reason for that is my Razer Viper Mini has finally let me down. And what I mean by that is I would say it's holding ghost inputs, where if you're holding one key and you let go, the computer still thinks, or the keyboard still thinks that you're holding that key and it's going to keep it registered. And to fix the issue, I had to unplug and replug in my keyboard, which is kind of weird. And trying to clean it out and everything, it just didn't work. Essentially, after maybe a period of time, it would go back to potentially holding inputs once in a while, which I really didn't like, as when I'm playing Valorant, I'm moving for some reason while I'm shooting and I die. Or I'm playing a rhythm game, it feels like everything feels off. And that's the one reason why I got a new keyboard. And the other thing is that I voided my warranty, which you guys should not do. Do not customize your keyboard or void your warranty in any way if you're going to be a rhythm gamer, or if you're like a hardcore gamer that smashes your keyboard like most of the time. Just a disclaimer, this is future me editing this, but what I mean by that is opening up your keyboard and making any changes on the internal scale, as in maybe custom padding or changes the stabilizers. And that's only if you don't want to avoid the warranty. But other than that, it was time for a new keyboard. So I got the HyperX Alloy Origin 60%. And overall, I like it so far. It's a pretty good keyboard. And if you are looking into buying one, I would recommend it. But first, let's talk about it to see if this is the keyboard for you. So looking into some like rhythm game stuff, keyboard charts, seeing if it's good for rhythm games, apparently it's pretty good. It has a good RG value, which basically means it's good value to buy. And one of the key things is that it has some minor chord splitting potentially, but that's really only if you're the best of the best accuracy player. If you're playing Eterna and you're trying to go for that god accuracy, but other than that, you should be fine. Some things I like about the keyboard is just the build of it. You can definitely tell that this is like a more premium build as compared to the Razer Viper Mini. And just having the feeling of normal red switches again is just nice. One thing too is that it gives me a lot more speed, and I guess it's kind of placebo. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's placebo actually, because people call it the quote-unquote cheater keyboard in the OSU community, and I have to say it's really good for a keyboard. Like, I just feel a lot faster when I'm hitting streams on OSU standard, or I feel like I can hit patterns that I used to hit in my prime with this keyboard, which is why I really like it. The keyboard comes with 2 extra keycaps, the escape key and the spacebar. The spacebar I have right now is for my ducky, and it comes with software that you can install on the PC, which is a lot better than the Razer software, as I found out when I first started using it. But there are some downsides though, and I'll be talking about that right now. And first, going to the software, there's just not that much customizability, and I guess you can customize it. It still looks nice, but I feel like there could be a lot more customizability with this. And I think that's something that some people have complained about, or just kind of like wish that HyperX would kind of implement better software. But looking past that, let's talk about the keyboard issues, as I've been having a few. So when I first got this keyboard, I immediately wanted to use the new keycaps, and when swapping the spacebar, for some reason it got stuck, and now it's kind of like, it sounds weird on one side of the like stabilizers. If I tap it on one side and I tap on the other, it sounds different. And when I'm tapping repeatedly on one side, the spacebar almost comes off. It's not as bad as I think another keyboard I had, which was very similar, but that is no good. Another thing I've noticed too is that depending on the lighting software you use, if you use the effects, as in it's like a reactive effects, sometimes the keyboard might just immediately stop taking in inputs, and this has only happened to me once. So basically it just stopped registering for a good 5 seconds, and I did not know why. So that's one thing to be aware of. Another thing too is that I've noticed slight chattering with the keyboard, very slight. It's not noticeable, it's not horrible. Maybe it might just be me with my butterfingers because I was still adjusting to it at first. But I think there is some slight chattering, but it's not as bad as my previous keyboard. I will need to do some more testing on this, and maybe it's just some dust. I'm not 100% sure, but I know that potentially there is slight chattering, but it's not anything deal or like deal breaking. I think the last thing I would say too is the downside is just the customizability. Now, maybe some of you guys don't care about customizing your keyboard, but for me, I like to customize it, change the keycaps, and depending on the type of keycaps you get from where you buy it from, they might not be compatible, which was the issue with the Razer Huntsman Mini. And it's mainly with the RGB lightings. It just sticks out and it just kind of causes it to get stuck or make a scratchy noise where it doesn't sound and feel pleasant. As I'll try to show a sound comparison on screen right now. But moving that out of the way, I think it's a solid keyboard overall. I like the build. I like how it gives me a quote-unquote advantage in rhythm games, and it's great going back to a just like a normal Switch keyboard as compared to the Razer Huntsman Mini. The Razer Huntsman Mini is still a good keyboard, I would say. It's died down on me, and I don't want to be buying a second one, as I want to try to find something that's maybe potentially interesting, I would say. But other than that, that's my little review of the keyboard, and I'll be showing you some clips as usual of the gameplay and maybe a sound test at the end. We'll see. Maybe it might be the beginning. It depends on how I edit this. But this is the end of my talk, and let's get to it. That sums up the typing test. If you guys were only here for just a review, then I guess that's all I really have to say. If not, you guys can keep watching the gameplay just to show how it sounds in gameplay and just literally how good I'm doing. bet you that was like 10 grades. Maybe 11, I don't know. Yup. That could have been could be 100. Good play though. I guess wrapping up everything, honestly, I think it's a really good keyboard, and if you're looking to get a new keyboard for rhythm games or just for anything in general, the HyperX Alloy Origins is not a bad option. It's pretty good out of the bunch of keyboards out there, and you can get it in a 60% factory TKL or just full size. And to me, I prefer the TKL format, as I like to take my keyboard around campus at school, as if you guys don't know, I'm a part of an esports team now for my college. So that's fun. I haven't really told much people about it, but now you guys know. To close everything, I'm sorry if I haven't really been posting anything either on my new channel or on my main channel. Like I said, I've been busy with school every single time I've stated that, but I guess this is the first actual video in a while, so I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys consider buying this keyboard too. Peace.